Hey guys, so today I'm going to be comparing the Blackstar HT1 MKII versus the Vox MV50. Now, I know this is an unconventional comparison because one of these is a full tube amp, while the other one is technically not, but it does have a new tube technology which Vox claims is supposed to be very, very close to the real thing. Regardless, my emphasis is more on the price point here. I think these are both under $300, where at the time I got the Vox for $220 and the Blackstar for around $280 US dollars. So I feel this is a fairly competitive price point that people are going to be looking at just from a price perspective. So that's where I'm putting them up against each other. And I also want to see how Vox's new tube technology actually compares to an all-tube amp. So I'm very curious to see that. But without further ado, let me show you how I'm going to be doing the test, and let's get right to it. So let me show you the setup here. I have the Blackstar HT1 and I have the Vox MV50 over here. I am going to mic them through this SM57, pretty standard for miking up amplifiers. I have this Harley Benton Celestion equipped cab that I'll put some links down below. Not affiliate links, I don't do that. This is just for you. Pretty cool cab, a lot of people have covered it. Very cool, I recommend that. And I'm just gonna go the traditional route with a Fender and a Gibson for that humbucker and single coil sounds. So let's give you a walk around of these amps. On my left, we have the Vox, and you can't really tell here with the reflections, but we have a treble, a bass, and a volume. That's it. And you do have your input here. In the back, it gets a little bit more interesting. In the back, we have the phone line. This is essentially your power switch. This is your standby switch, similar to what you see in tube amplifiers. This does have a required DC 19 volt power section, and that's this right here, which yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed about that, but you have to carry this all the time. And then you do have an EQ for deep or flat. I think this compensates for smaller cabs. And finally, a power attenuator. This works really well, actually. I keep it in the middle for in-home use, and you can go down to 1/100th or full power. That's the Vox MV50. Here's the Blackstar HT1. We can see a power, we can see emulated out, an MP3 line in. The Blackstar has a reverb. It has this cool EQ that they call ISF EQ. This actually gives you a full tone control with just one knob, which seems kind of cool if you don't like the 3-band EQ. You do have a volume and a gain, and I believe this is an overdrive select or a channel select. In the back, we have a foot switch, a speaker, and just the main power out. I think you also do have a USB out. I haven't tried this, but I think you can use this as your audio interface, so that's pretty cool. Alright guys, so that was a quick walkthrough of just the outside, what I see physically on the amps. Let's give you some comparison sounds now. Like I said, I'm going to be recording one loop, and I will be putting that same loop through both amps so that you can see the exact picking, the exact same sound. Let's get to it. Let's put the voice off. It's definitely a trick because this makes it brighter, and then turning it. I think this makes it brighter. Like here's more British. Here's more. This is the most British sound you can get. And then here's the more modern sound you can get. Yeah, so more meaty, more bass. I don't know. So I guess you get the idea. This is brighter, fatter, brighter, fatter, something like that. It's kind of cool. Definitely interesting. I never played something like that. Alright guys, so this is a day later. I've been editing the video, playing the amps a little bit more, seeing really which one I like, which one I want to keep, and I think I made my decision. But let's do an overview of everything and see overall, just give you my thoughts on what I think. So first, clean tones. I feel that the Vox is definitely cleaner. The Blackstar's clean. I had a couple of issues. First, it was never really clean. I think at 1 watt, it was distorting at 9 o'clock. I could already hear it breaking a little bit. If you push the drive a little bit more with the volume knob all the way turned up, then you start getting more drive into the clean channel, and that kind of defeats the purpose of having it clean, at least for me. One thing I noticed about the Vox's clean is that the bass knob wasn't adding too much bass, but I think that was okay with me. I think it was adding enough, but I wish it would have, I wish it had a little bit more bass in there. This could also be due to the fact that Vox's clean is usually, you know, pretty clean, not very bassy. Not very thumpy. So the Blackstar was actually more versatile in terms of finding different clean tones. Between the ISF control and the voice control, I found it that you can actually get many different kinds of clean sounds, including something that sounds a lot like the Vox, and then you can also tune it to sound way different. I found this very, very nice to have, but at the same time a little bit confusing as I was playing around with it a lot more in order to find a sound. As far as volume, hands down, the Vox is louder. I kept it at 1/10, attenuated at 1/10, and it was still louder than the Blackstar. However, this is on the clean channel. As soon as you drive it a little bit more, the Blackstar does get pretty loud, but I was looking for more of a pedal, you know, be able to use pedals, and I found that the Vox's volume was just much more controllable. When using pedals on it, I found that the Vox is more of a pedal platform. It's simple, has a fantastic clean channel, and it's really easy to start adding pedals to it because the clean doesn't distort very fast. The Blackstar has some issues in terms of having drive pedals on it, because it's kind of hard to find a clean tone that you can drive all of your pedals through. So that makes it a little bit harder to find a tone that is going to stay fairly neutral, so that then you can drive some pedals and have a fairly consistent kind of sound. On the drive channel, the Blackstar hands down wins. The Blackstar has a fantastic drive. You can play a lot of different things on that drive channel, and it sometimes almost feels like a distortion. It is definitely for stars that play black metal. I guess that's why it's called the Blackstar. But yeah, definitely the Blackstar has a much better drive channel. The only way I could get the Vox to drive not even a tenth of how much the Blackstar is driven is by attenuating at 1/10 and pushing the volume all the way up. I could hear the Vox start breaking up a little bit, start driving a little bit, which is kind of interesting considering that it doesn't really have real tubes in there. There's mu tubes, but it was interesting because these are not real tubes, yet I was getting a feel on the behavior of the amp as if they were, so that was kind of pleasant to see. I actually really liked putting the volume all the way up on the Vox, letting that breakup happen a little bit on the more aggressive strokes, and then adding a little bit of drive on the pedal. That was a fantastic tone. Overall, I like the form factor of the Vox. It's small. You could get away with probably putting on your pedal board and gigging with it on there. So that's actually really cool. You don't have to carry a full-blown amp, and maybe you can just run through your PA system. The Blackstar, however, has reverb, which is something that the Vox doesn't have at all. This doesn't really bother me because the reverb that I saw in the Blackstar was just okay. It's better than nothing, right? But I have reverb pedals that I really like, and I stick to those anyway. I do hate that the Vox has a power adapter. I can't imagine what's gonna happen if I lose that or if it breaks. At the same time, I already have plans on how to make that shortcoming a little bit better. I'm thinking of pasting it at the bottom of my pedal board and kind of forgetting about it, and that way it's a little bit more transparent. But I still don't like that the Vox has that big block. The knobs on the Blackstar is probably my biggest pain point. The knobs are confusing. The ISF knob is their patented proprietary knob. I know, I get it, but because it's unconventional, you have to learn it. And whenever you have to learn something, it's just, it's more memory load on the user. You have to remember how it works, and you have to remember, what tone you like. And it's pretty hard to find a tone that you like. So I wasn't very fond of it, although it's kind of cool to play around with it and get different tones. Overall, I like to stick to amps that have a traditional EQ, either bass, treble, or bass, mids, treble, volume, and a drive. I think that's enough. Everyone understands those since the beginning of amps. And I really like the Vox more when it comes to the knobs because it's just more simple. The Vox overall has the better tone in my opinion. I don't think there's many amps that beat the Vox clean tones, and it's really easy to find a clean tone that you like on the Vox compared to the Blackstar. And overall, I will be keeping the Vox because I can easily record with it. It's just much easier to find a good tone. I have the ability to gig with it if I want to. The Blackstar, it's just not loud enough to get with it if you want to. And finally, I'm gonna be keeping the Vox just because I didn't like how the clean channel was being driven in the Blackstar. I feel that the Blackstar is more of a standalone tone machine rather than a pedal platform, and that's not what I'm looking for right now. So overall, that's what I think, guys. Again, just these are my opinions. Let me know what you guys think. Which one do you think sounds better? Which one do you think is better for you? To me, I'm keeping the Vox just because of how I use it. I'm looking for a pedal platform. I like clean tones more than driven tones, and for me, it seems that the Vox is just a better option. But tell me, did you like the Blackstar? What do you think about the driven sounds in the Blackstar? What do you think about the ISF and the reverbs and all of that? So put the comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.